because I thought about it a lot. Love can make you joyous. It can make you excited. It can make you sad. And love can break your heart. But also love can give you the most joy that you will ever experience in your lifetime. And that's what it meant to me this week.
Wow, Karen came prepared tonight to drop the mic. Goodness gracious. I hope everybody can follow right in behind. Thank you, Karen. Number one, for sharing in openness and then honoring someone else. That's what we're about here at Stories, and it just kind of rubs off on you after a while. So I love it. Thank you for sharing. Okay, Shauna, you are up next. Tell us about #love.
Oh, I think this has been my favorite week because I always, I love the quote, that whatever the question is, the answer is love. Because I think that when we come to the table, bearing our hearts and with forgiveness and just love, that just opens up so many doors for us in so many ways. And family, friends, friends that turn into family, it's all about love. And that's why I love this group. I use love a lot. I love this group because everybody's so close, and we have so much to offer. And it's just, I love it. It just really touches my heart. So love is the word, peace, love, whatever. If you're from the 60s, 70s, it's just kind of a neat thing. So back to you, Kiki.
I love it. And you kind of triggered a moment for me just to share in openness about what love meant to me. And it's about this class, Stories. I put my heart into this class, and I put my heart into a lot of things, but this class is like up there with my kids. And it just truly pays off. And the reward comes from people like you, Shauna, who love the class as much as I love the class, and everybody here. But I will say that the coaches and I and the team, Story Cell, we have actually scaled back a little to stabilize, to make sure we're serving and honoring. We have not really went out and tried to get a whole lot more new clients because we really want to love on the clients we have. And to me, that goes along with this quote that love is patient. And sometimes we have to be patient and even growth. So if you're building anything out there from a financial perspective, just know that come with love and have patience, and then always serve. So if you're coming with servant hearts, we'll build it and it'll multiply, right? So thank you. You kind of like triggered that in me today, and just kind of an aha for me. So I love how what we put out there we get, and that vibe just keeps coming back, right? All right, Noelle, this is your Facebook. Let's share with your friends what love meant to you.
Yes, it is. Well, so comes down to, for me, always, am I making this choice out of love or out of fear? So for me, I've played with that. The opposite of love is fear. And am I making a fear-based decision, action, knee-jerk reaction? So I try to evaluate that and analyze that in a lot of decisions that I make or that I might see being made. So like in the end, those are the two things it always comes down to. That's like the question I ask myself. So I loved this quote. I'm a lot like Shauna. We have similar looks. I'm very, always attracted into what she's doing. And we don't tend to put our face out there as much. So we can lock arms and do that together, Shauna. So wanted to say that. We'll do selfie challenges. All right, back to you. Thanks, Kiwi.
Yes, it's so true. We're either making fear-based or faith, love-based decisions. So good. Thank you, Noelle, for sharing. All right, Rachel, #love.
A few things came to mind. For one, my kids were off the past 2 days, so love is definitely patient. And love also covers a multitude of sins. But I was thinking, I use the word love a lot. Like when I hang up the phone, I can't help but say to my friends, "Love you, girl. Love you," or when I click something on Facebook, instead of liking it, I always love it. So I just have this, this gravity towards love. And that made me think that you know, in the American language, we use, I love that pasta sauce, or I love that lamp. It's my favorite, you know, but we also use that same word for, I love my spouse or my kids or my mom and dad. We use that word a lot, and it has a lot of different meanings. And then it just brought me to thinking something else, because that's where my ADD mind just starts to jump around. But I thought about people that have a lot of animals, a lot of family members, and people that don't. You know, just because you have a lot of family doesn't mean that your love ever runs out. Like there's no limit to how much you can love and how many people you can love. And that's the cool thing about love, is no matter how big a family is, no matter how many pets you have, no matter how many friends you have, it's not like you can only give a little piece of your heart to each person. You can love, you know, there's no limit. You can love as much as you want. So that's what's so cool about love, is that it's unlimited. It's like there's no limit to how much you can love your friends, your family, your pets. You know, it's just, you don't divide it, it just expands. So that's what I thought about love. Back to you.
Wow, that's like breathtaking. Okay, so no limits to love. You can love, love, love. And then also I heard you talk about, like, really, are we showing love or just saying it? I love that. It really puts in perspective. Thank you for sharing, Rachel. Okay, we're going to Kathy. Hashtag love. You're on mute. You're on mute.
Took it off. If you saw my stories this week, it was all about food, and that was because I was catering 2 different meals. And I decided that we're Baptist, so food is love to them.
Right.
But love has to be an action. So if I told them I loved them, and I told them I was going to cook a meal for them, I never did it. I just gave them a picture of a meal, then that wouldn't have translated to love if I just gave them my stories. And so I enjoyed so much this week seeing people enjoy being loved on. And that was what my stories were about, were my food, because it was a servant, being a servant that makes me happy. And that's where I was getting my love, and they were getting their love from being served.
Yeah.
So that's what I had.
Yeah, and I love your servant heart and your community and church, Kathy. I just love that. Thank you for sharing. All right, Denise, hashtag love. Did you love Jim this week?
Yes, I love Jim. Well, Kathy kind of hit on what I was going to say. Love is an action word. And in our church, we have a ministry called Love in Action, where you have, they go out and they show the community love, not just say it, we love the community. They're out there serving the community. So for me, when I say I love somebody, I'm going to put some action behind it. I'm not just going to use it because it sounds good. So that's my take on love. You got to put some action behind it and not just words. Back to you, Kibi.
So true too, because that only goes so far, words, right? And then people are like, yeah, let's see. So I love that and putting that in perspective. Thank you, Denise. All right, back around to Anita. Hashtag love. I bet you it was with family.
Love is always my family. But to me, love is, I always go back to God first loved me. So I don't feel that I don't feel it's not right not to love others. So it's about loving, sharing, and giving. And that's what I try to do with everyone that's in my life. So that's what love means to me. Back to you, Kibi.
Yes, Anita. And you and I have worked together a long time, and you definitely walk the walk of love. So I just appreciate you so much for being in my life. And also, I love your stories. Love was great for you because every week you're hashtag really hearting. You're hearting. So I love your spirit and your love you give in this class. Thank you, Anita. All right, next up is Crazy Cat, and I know she's loving the ocean and the sand and a little shade, and we're watching from afar. So, hello, Cat. Hashtag love.
Hi guys. I am loving that I got another week of vacation. It just happened to open up while I was here, and I was like, well, take advantage. You have to, right? You only live once. And I don't go on vacation very often. So it's just been a great week. And what's really cool is being able to love on this amazing community from afar, because stories go anywhere and you can go out and look at other people's pages. I really love the opportunity to do that. Go out and see what they're posting about, what's important to them, and then take that and really make it sparkly and fun, and to send extra love around, because that's what it's about. And Anita hit on it. God loved us first. So loving on others makes the world go round. And I just love that. Back to you.
Yes, and a couple people actually mentioned it actually, I remember in every reveal who talked about God's love first, and that was Dole McGee, Sally, and now Anita and Kat. So I love that, how we're all in alignment and with that. So thank you for sharing, Kat. Okay, Trina, hashtag love. I bet you she's got some horses in there.
Yeah, mine was kind of around my horses and animals this week. And that makes me think of the word agape love and unconditional love, because that's what the animals give us, right? And that's what the good Lord gives to us, is unconditional love every day. And that's what we should give to everybody else. And I'm just thankful that he is willing to give that to us and set that example for us. And so I love that he's put that into our animals to remind us of that agape love and that unconditional love, because they're there for you no matter what, right? You can have a good day, you can have a bad day, you know. And I have a horse that she's like a dog. Like, she literally comes up and she will lay her head over your shoulder and just cuddle with you forever. She'll stand there forever and cuddle. And so I just love, I just love that time to be able to go out and just have that. And they love you no matter what you look like, what your day is, or anything. And so I'm thankful that the good Lord give us those animals that give us that unconditional love, because we need to be reminded of that once in a while. So back to you.
Yeah, so true. And I can totally relate. Maisie got braces, and she's just been down in the dumps. She's like super positive, 100% always, and she has really struggled. But when she seen her horse Merlin on Saturday, she finally smiled. And I did a story around that, because I do love how Merlin helped her turn around and get her spirit back. So true, Trina. This is so true. All right, Carmen, you're up next. Hashtag love.
Hello, everybody. Hashtag love is fun in so many ways, because this weekend was Valentine's weekend. And, you know, with my husband, you know, you get married and you say your vows, and in sickness and health. And the two of us have been so sick this last couple of weeks. And, you know, taking care of each other, and even actually giving each other a Valentine's this weekend was so incredible. So incredible that we honored each other that way. And texting my kids and getting FaceTime video from my kids and my grandkids for Family Day in Canada here on Monday was so much fun, and so thankful and so grateful that even though I have raised these two children to be adults and to be on their own, they still, you know, come and say hi, and they love on everything, and I love everything they do, and having a legacy of grandchildren is so amazing. And through honoring that whole weekend and Family Day, I thank you very much for letting me with stories. It's incredible. Thank you.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you so much, Carmen. Thanks everybody for your awesome shares today. I'm just going to do a real quick recap, and I'm not going to do it justice. So those of you that just tuned in, go back and watch and listen to these amazing people talk about how 1 Corinthians has shaped their week with the hashtag love. So I'm going to sum it up with a couple of words that really stood out for me from each person. And that word, over and over again, we heard that love is an action word, that love means to serve, that love is how you express and put into action the way that you serve your family, your animals, and how God has served us in that way. I heard that love is unlimited, that it just expands what it is you are already a part of if it starts with love. And if it starts with love, and like one person said, that it's the answer to every question, that it is it's the beginning and the end. And that is how God started it. He loved us first. We get to love him back. And he just keeps on in an agape kind of way. Thank you so much for mentioning that. That agape is unconditional. And if we as humans do our level best to love others and ourselves and God with a completely unconditional way, how much more peaceful the life and the world would be if that's how we treated everybody and started everything from that perspective. We had one person that said that she put everything she has into the businesses that she has. It comes from the heart, it comes from love, it comes from a place of patience and kindness, and that's how she takes care of the people that are her clients. And to be a part of this community, I can just see the love really spilling out into all areas of what it is we do here. And I'm so grateful for all of you watching us here on Noelle's page. So one more time, 1 Corinthians 4:8, love is patient and love is kind. #love. Drop down below where you're watching us from. We would love to give you information about how to be a part of this amazing community, and we'll see you on the next video. Bye.